So investment is quite critical.
Yeah.
Now, we're coming to the tail end of our discussion, and before we do that, and thanks so much for sharing this wealth of experience and knowledge around investments. Is there anything else you want to share with us on the investment side or on the career side that really you think is quite critical and is a key to getting ahead of the pack?
You see, when you say it's a key, first thing that comes to my mind is mathematics.
Okay.
I've always believed mathematics is key to any career door.
All right.
And this is an advice not only to learners or students, but to parents. To say, of all the subjects that your kids are doing, maths is number one, whether you like it or not.
If you run away from school on mathematics, you'll find it in life.
Exactly, you'll find it in life.
Life is always about calculating it.
Exactly. So for me, mathematics is as key to all career doors.
How is that? Can you explain that?
If you go to tertiary, for instance, or to university, before we go to the real life, where now you are on stage and you are expected to perform, where you are going to fail and lose money and have all kinds of problems, but eventually you'll be expected to reach what we call a steady state. You know, you start from a transit state. There is a course that I did in engineering called Systems Response and Control, SRC.
Yes.
Systems Response and Control. When you start a new machine, it will first vibrate because it's got issues, and then from there it will be smooth, it will run smooth. The vibration time, we call it a transient time.
All right.
When it is smooth and running according to the specs at an ultimate or optimal level, we call it it's steady state. Everything is fine.
All right.
With me?
Yeah, I get it.
Exactly. So in life as well, when you start anything, don't expect to be perfect at it.
All right.
Expect to fail.
All right.
I was encouraged to fail more because the more you fail, or the higher the frequency of failing, the quicker you can get to a steady state. Are you with me? People today don't get what they want because they are afraid of failing.
True.
Okay? If you go to any university, for that matter, going back to your question, you want to go into engineering, they say, you have mathematics? If no, sorry.
You can't.
You want to go into medicine, you have mathematics?
All right.
No.
And those are high-paying careers.
Actuarial science? Mathematics? No. And many others. Of course,
even accounting.
Accounting, mathematics? No. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you don't do mathematics, or if you don't like mathematics, or if you were not made to love mathematics, to parents specifically, if you don't make your kids to love mathematics, you are limiting their career choices when going to tertiary. So let them do mathematics. Then when they get to tertiary, they've got an option. They've got many options where they can choose from. You know what I'm saying? They are not limited to BA majoring in Zulu or BA majoring in history. There's nothing wrong with that. You know? I've got people who are skillful or who are masters of geography and masters of history. But the knowledge of mathematics makes them even much more better than their peers. They've got that edge over their competitors because what? They are good in mathematics. So that for me, it's key even in real life.
Wonderful.
Before you go to do any shopping, make calculations.
You know the budget.
Before you go buy a car, make calculations.
Exactly.
Before you go buy shoes, make calculations.
Even when you pay for the taxi, you need to know how much am I supposed
calculations.
to get.
You know, never ever make a decision in life until you have made a calculation.
Wow, that's important. Very important. Wonderful. Now, tell us about if Jesus was to delay. I know you're a Christian. You talk about it. If Jesus was to delay his coming, which we don't anticipate he will. The world is in trouble.
I believe in the soon coming of Christ Messiah.
Yes, but should he delay coming? What is it? What is one thing you would like to do with your life?
Okay. I believe life is about serving others.
All right.
I've always said to people, whatever I do is not about money. If it was about money, I would be driving big cars, staying in posh houses, you know, displaying all sorts of material wealth. No, I believe life is about serving others. There are things that I enjoy doing even if I'm not getting paid for them.
Okay.
You know, tutoring mathematics or showing people how to invest. assisting people in getting their lives to be improved.
Yeah.
So I really want to be known for somebody who enjoyed helping others. I want to leave a legacy which says these are multitudes of people whose lives were improved because of Mos.
Wow. That's what you want to be remembered for. Now, any parting words you might want to share? And I'm passionate about young people.
Yes.
Because life, like you mentioned, it's about imparting your knowledge to others. And I think Africa needs a breed of young people who can break the barriers that some of our training has trained us. You talked about not being trained to work for someone else. I mean, our whole African education system aligned us to work for others.
Yes.
But we need to break that cycle for our young people, even for our generation. I think you said it's better to be late, but to finish rich. You know, I like that. Any parting words you may want to share to our young people or to Christian families?
Yes.
Or individuals or fathers out there about your life and the principles you think are key to remember if one is to grow and become wealthy, like you mentioned?
Sure. One thing that I want to leave the listeners with is public enemy number one. For all of them to be aware of it, young and old. In his book, Jonah Van Zyne, the author of War on Debt, this is what he says. A typical American child. It was written within the American context, which is not different from South African context. And so I'll paraphrase it to suit us. A typical South African child is born in a house that is bought on debt of up to 25 years.
Wow.
Taken to school in a car that is bought on debt of up to 5 or 7 years. Bought clothes on a credit card which has got a revolving annual interest of more than 21%.
Wow.
Sleeping on a bed that is bought on debt. Prepared food taken from a fridge that has been bought on debt.
Wow.
Everything he knows from childhood is debt.
Wow.
Teach up a child in a way that he should go. When he grows, he will not depart from it. Teach up a child to grow in debt. When he is old, he will not depart from it. We grow up, parents expecting us to buy big cars, to buy big houses, to buy expensive clothing. And the more we do that, is the more we go deeper and deeper in debt.
Wow.
And it is difficult to get out of debt.
Yes.
So we should have a different mindset and shift to look at the opposite of what debt is, or at least declare war on it indeed. Because from that same verse, coincidentally, Proverbs, you know, it just throws verses at random. But this one, for some reason, Proverbs chapter 22, verse 6, the one which talks about a child and growing.
Training up.
The second one says, a borrower is servant to the lender. Are you with me?
Yes.
Meaning, if I've got debt, it means I'm a servant to the one who gave me money. And I've always make an example of physical things that we buy in a house to say, we buy a fridge that is 2,000, we choose to buy it in 12,000 rand.
Wow.
Over a period of 6 months.
Because you put it on credit, or
and
labor,
paying
whatever.
300 rand every month.
Wow.
And we saw, no, it will be better because then I'm not paying too much because we want it now. You know what I'm saying? And he concludes by saying, Jonah Van Zyne, 3 causes of debt. Number 1, ignorance.
All right.
My people are perishing because of
lack of knowledge.
Lack of knowledge. In our language, we say,
okay.
Lack of knowledge is dangerous.
It's dangerous.
You know what I'm saying?
Deadly,
Yes, very, very deadly. So if you can do something about your level of ignorance, your problems are half solved.
Wow.
Okay. Number 2, greed.
Yes.
Or desire to want to get rich quick. That's what people are in debt. Many people are running after money.
Too many aspirations.
And more they run after money, the more they lose money.
But it's also because we watch lifestyles of people from the West and all over the world.
We want to live artificial lives.
And we want to live like them.
Exactly.
Wow.
Ignorance, greed, or desire to want to get rich quick. Number 3, poor planning.
All right.
We have left everything to chance. People wake up without a plan. Let's say on a typical day where he's not going to work, because when he's working, he's got a plan. a plan by his master to say, when you come to work, you must do 1, 2, 3. But on a holiday, where he does not go to work, he wakes up, there's no plan.
Yeah.
And they leave everything to chance.
Wow.
And they never get anywhere.
Wow.
So it's important that we must plan.
Yeah. Yeah.
You said it. If we still have many years to live, what do we do? Young people, you are 20, you are 30, you are 15, or you are 10.
Yeah.
Make an assumption to say, I'm going to live for the next 80 years. Budget your years and say, this 5 years, I'm going to do this. In 10 years, I must have achieved this. Have some milestones defined.
Wonderful. Yes.
And say to yourself, I want to retire at 40, or at 30, or at 60, or even at 70, beyond which you will be free.
Yes.
You shall be out of Egypt, well on your way to Canaan land.
I like that talk. Thank you so much, Mos. We were talking to Mos Maja, and really appreciate the wisdom that you shared around investment. So you will never, for our young people, the more years you're spending and going to college, you're actually winning yourself from your father's wallet. So have a plan in terms of what are you going to do when you're out there on your own. Thank you so much. We really appreciate this. This has been MelVee Talks. Join us online on YouTube. We've got many programs and music and messages that I'm sure will inspire you. We've put the link on the bottom there. God bless you until we see you next time. This is Melu Sindlalambe.